庭に生えた
I don't know if you can see, but this is basically what I have been doing.
佐藤さん、来週みんなで行く遊園地のチケットってまだ買ってないよね。
Assalamu alaikum, precious people. Welcome to a day in the life of me doing my JLPT studies because tomorrow is going to be my N3 JLPT test. Today is the last day I get to study and cram for as much kanji as I can, and I will record it and do another study with me video because it's been a while since I made one. So why am I taking a JLPT test? Have I not lived in Japan basically half of my life? Good question. And the answer is yes, I have lived in Japan half of my life, and that half of my life is basically the first 5 years when I was a baby, and then another 5 years when I was in university, and then now I've come back to Japan as a working professional. And I realized that it would be beneficial for me to have a JLPT, and I think it's just going to be helpful as far as Japanese skills goes because I am constantly pushing myself to study new kanji, new Japanese, and at the same time I think it's good professionally as well because I am working in English, because despite me working in English on a day-to-day basis, I do still speak with Japanese clients. Some of my colleagues prefer speaking in Japanese, so I thought it would be better for me to just get it done with once and for all, and I think it's just a fun thing to do since both my husband and I are taking it, so we've been studying together in the last few months, and that has been really fun. My JLPT test for tomorrow is going to be level N3. So for those of you who don't know, JLPT has 5 levels. It starts with N5, which is the most basic, and then N4, N3, intermediate, and then N2 and N1 is the advanced one. I am starting at N3 just because I personally do not read and write as well as I hoped to. I speak it on a professional level. I can work in Japanese, but I don't work well with Japanese documents or emails or any text that's written in Japanese. I have a habit of just constantly translating everything with my phone, and so when I get letters, taxes, bills, which is not good, and I know that, and so I've been trying to do that a little bit less, but sometimes when you're limited on time and you need an understanding of something really quickly, it's just very helpful. That being said, I know I can't live like that, especially if I choose to be in Japan, because Japan, even though I do live in Tokyo, which is a lot more international than other cities I've lived in Japan, it is still a language that's predominantly used everywhere, and people will speak to me assuming that I speak Japanese. So it is an overall helpful language to learn. The way I'm going to study today is that I will be doing practice tests. There are 3 parts in JLPT: grammar and reading, so Dokkai and Bunpo. And then there's Moji and Goi, which is basically kanji. And then there's Tokai, which is listening. Personally, I am very confident with my listening, Bunpo, and Dokkai skills, which is my grammar, reading, and my listening skills. However, I am very weak with my kanji skills. I have done practice tests and mock-up tests, and I always do really well when it comes to grammar, reading, and listening. So I am trying to up my skills in the last 24 hours that I have to increase my chances of passing, and then I can move on to studying for N2 so that I can be proficient enough in the Japanese professional world. I have all of my exam here. So this, I don't know if you can see, but this is basically what I have been doing in the last few months. The practice test, the notes, all the kanji that I learned. So this has been very helpful in helping me become more familiar with the JLPT. So today I will be doing all 3 parts of the exam. So I'll be starting my study today with the part where I am the weakest, which is Moji and Goi. So I grabbed my computer so that I would be able to compare the answers without having to go back and forth on my iPad screen. Let's check the answer. My review after doing that one part is that I think I got at least half wrong I would be surprised if I get maybe like 10 to 15 wrong, since a few days ago, every time I do this, I would get at least 10 to 12 wrong out of 35 questions. I did the JLPT test from 2021 December. I'm trying to do the ones as recent as possible because I imagine that it's going to be closer to what I will actually do tomorrow. So usually once I check what I got right or wrong, I would go back to the ones that I got wrong, and then I would just rewrite all the kanji that I don't know how to read.
庭に生えた草に綺麗な花が咲いていた。外国で一人暮らし。I was gonna answer this. So annoying. And then これを郵送。I don't know what that means. Define. 郵送 mail, send. By mail, post. I see. 予想. Okay, that one I got correct. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 incorrect already. Honestly, it is embarrassing. I know. No, it's okay. I will own it. I will own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, that's the most I've gotten wrong. Maybe the camera is making me shocked. I got 21 wrong on this one. Yesterday, my husband and I did the same problem from different year. 13, 14 wrong. And then before that, I got 10 wrong. So as long as I can keep it within the range of 10 to 15, I am happy. Today, getting 20 wrong is an embarrassing moment that you just had to witness. Anyway, we will move on to the next part. So, I got 4 wrong out of 18, and before I move on to the reading part, which will require a lot of brain power, I will take a break from my study and get lunch because it is 4 p.m. and I have not had my first meal of the day. So I will take a 1 hour break to get lunch, and then I will come back to doing the reading part as well as the listening part. I'll see you later. I have finished my lunch. It ended up becoming a bigger and longer lunch than expected. I have been eating a lot more than I was able to in the past, and so I feel like I'm just enjoying the entire process of just eating more and also kind of gaining weight from it, but also working out. But anyway, let's get back to business. I am now going to be doing the reading part. So it's this part where you see where you have these text, and then there's a lot more reading after reading, and then you just have to answer the problem based on those chunks of paragraphs, and it's essentially going to get a lot more difficult as you scroll down. So the initial paragraph or the initial reading portion is only 1 paragraph long, and then as you continue to scroll, you start getting these types of text that's basically 4 paragraphs long, and you kind of have to go through all of it. So we will get to business without further ado. It took me a bit longer than I thought it would, but I have the answers right in front of me, so I will be checking how many problems I got correct, and I will be checking them with you. So we're gonna start with number 23. 23 is 2, 24 is 4, 25 is 3, and 26 is 1. So far so good. I did struggle a lot with this specific passage though, so I'm not surprised. I was wondering if that could be a trick answer because of how easy it looked. Okay, last one. 37, 4, 38. What? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 38. So that's 28. Not bad. Actually, no, that's 3/4 because if there's 40 questions and I only got 10 wrong, then at least I get 70% correct. So again, not bad. I will pass that specific part. Last one, I will be doing listening. And for listening, I have the audio on my computer, so I will play that. The listening part, I think, is probably also quite easy as long as you pay attention to what's being written and as long as you know how to read the answers. So I haven't really had a difficult time doing the listening part.
懲戒試験を始める前に音を聞いてください。まだ問題用紙を開けないでください。
You're not supposed to open the problems.
音がよく聞こえないときは手を挙げてください。
If you can't listen properly, raise your hand.
問題1。問題1では、まず質問を聞いてください。それから話を聞いて、問題用紙の1から4の中から最も良いものを一つ選んでください。では、始めます。
1番、
男の学生と女の学生が話しています。女の学生は何をしなければなりませんか？
佐藤さん、来週みんなで行く遊園地のチケットってまだ買ってないよね。
うん、まだだよ。当日、みんな入り口のチケット売り場で買うって言ってたよね。
うん。でも当日、朝は多分混むし、先にインターネットで買っておいた方がいいねって話になったんだ。一緒に行く川野さんがみんなの分も買ってくれるって。
そうなんだ。
チケット代は川野さんが払っておいてくれるから、直接渡してくれる？
うん、わかった。
川野さん、遊園地のチケットを安く買える割引券をもらったんだって。何人でも使えるらしいよ。
そうなんだ。よかった。
女の学生は何をしなければなりませんか？
And that is the end of the listening section. Let's go and take a look at the answers together. There were some parts where I am not too confident with just because I wasn't listening properly. 2, 3, 2, 1, 3. Yay! There's definitely a lot less that I got wrong compared to the other parts. And with that last part and with that final listening part, it concludes my JLPT study vlog of the day. I will be doing my test at 3 p.m. tomorrow. I'm really excited to just get it over with. This, I know, did not make a very interesting vlog. It is what has become of my daily routine in the last few weeks, and I can't wait to just be done with it. I think instead of ending the vlog here, I will continue on and bring you guys with me to the actual exam day tomorrow. It's at 3 p.m. I will see you tomorrow. In that case, please send dua prayers by the time this video is up. I will be waiting for my results, so please send your prayers that both my husband and I will pass the exam. We are here at the exam location. This is a private university, I think, somewhere near our house. I think it was 30 minutes away, bus and walking. We are going to get inside, but we can't turn on our phone or any electronic devices as soon as we step inside. So we're just waiting outside because we have another friend of ours who's taking the exam at the same time. So she's on the way. Her husband's going to be here with her, and then we're just going to give our house key to her husband so that he can wait in our place since it's not too far from here. And then after the exam, we're thinking of going to get dinner. On the scale of 1 to 10, how prepared are you for this exam?
7.
7? What makes it 7?
I mean, I've only really studied for the past, 2-3 months, if anything. And that's also in between jobs, so like could have done more, a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. What about you?
6. I have not been studying. Confession time. I have not been studying as much as I should have. I think a huge part of that is just because I really don't have time. And then, like he said, I've only been intensely studying in the last 3 months or so for JLPT, even though I take regular Japanese classes. But my regular Japanese classes are not intended for you to take this exam. So what we do in class is very different to what's being tested today. If we fail, there's always another. Hello, British people. We have just finished the second test and we have a 30-minute break. So we're just hidden in this corner praying. Overall, so far, I would say everything was doable. I already know that I got a few questions wrong for the first part with the kanji, because I was talking about it with my husband earlier, and I was like, how do you write this one? Or how do you read like this specific kanji? And I got them wrong, but that's totally okay. That's my husband praying, because there's no prayer room, so we do it in a corner, and we're very much used to it. It's totally fine. How was it?
I mean, it's okay. Kanji was slightly more difficult than I thought.
How many do you think you got right for the second part?
I'm quite confident I can reach like 80%.
80%? I think I can do 90. The kanji?
Kanji, I don't know. Probably like 2/3, if not 70%. I don't know.
We officially finished N3. I was gonna say N2, but no, N3. It's really crowded here, so I don't know if you can hear my voice well. I'm gonna go now to dinner with my other friend who took the same test today. She took N3 and her husband took N2, so we're gonna go out and eat and celebrate having finished the test. We were gonna go, but my husband was like, can you wait for a minute, because there's this brother who asked me to pray Maghrib together, and it's this Algerian French brother, and now I'm waiting for them to finish and then we can go get dinner. I'm so excited, I'm so hungry. I didn't realize that the exam would take that much brain power. I am in general just hungry because of exhaustion. Oh no, they told us to be quiet. So we're gonna see you at dinner. Bye! Gimana JLPT-nya? Bismillah. Oke. Yang penting kita makan enak.
Di sini apa aja sih menunya?
Ada tempura, ramen, sama yakiniku.